Today I'm making stuffed acorn squash with meat and vegetables. I need 3 acorn squash, washed. I washed them outside. 1 pound of ground beef, peppers and onion blend, raisins, red enchilada sauce, olive oil, salt, pepper, broccoli, and garlic. I also need a can of black beans and shredded cheese. Very carefully cut the acorn squash in half. They could be hard to cut, so I'll do that very carefully. And then scoop the seeds out with a spoon. So acorn squash is clean out of the seeds and put them in a baking dish. I'll sprinkle some olive oil on the squash and I will spread it evenly on the sides with a brush, and then I'll sprinkle salt and pepper on each acorn squash. Acorn squash go in the oven at 425 for 40 to 50 minutes or until they're soft when poked with a fork. While the acorn is cooking, preheat a couple of tablespoons of olive oil and cook the pepper and onion blend until the onions are soft. The frozen onions and peppers are almost completely cooked. Now I'm adding the chopped garlic and I'll continue cooking for another couple of minutes. I added the ground beef and I'm gonna cook it until no more pink is in the meat. I'm gonna crumble it to small pieces with the spatula. I added some optional spices, oregano, basil, paprika, black pepper and salt. The ground beef is completely cooked. Now I'm adding broccoli, washed and chopped to small florets. With a clean spatula, mix the broccoli and allow them to cook for a little bit. Add the red enchilada sauce, and that has a lot of flavor, and that's why all other spices are optional. Mix and allow the moisture to be absorbed by the broccoli and the meat. Rinse the black beans before using them with cold water. Add the black beans to the mixture with meat and broccoli. Mix and let it simmer for another couple of minutes. Now I'm adding half a cup of raisins for a little sweetness. I turn off the heat and I'm going to add a cup of shredded cheese and mix it. Take the acorn squash out of the oven and with fork test if you can poke the fork all the way down to the pan. So the acorn squash is soft enough. Now I can fill it with the meat and vegetable mixture. Scoop the meat into the acorn squash until they kind of fill to the top with a round top. The acorn squash is full to the top. Now we sprinkle to each of them cheese. All topped with cheese, and now they're going back in the oven for about 10 minutes or until the cheese melts on the top. Same temperature for 25 for about 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted and a little bit golden brown on the top. Acorn squash is out of the oven, the cheese is melted and slightly golden brownish on the top. The acorn squash is ready to eat. Bon appetit!